Finding out you have gluten intolerance can prompt mixed feelings. You feel relief that you're finally taking control of your health, but probably also concerned that adopting a gluten-free diet might mean cutting out many of your favorite foods and accepting a less enjoyable, less flavorful diet. Yet nothing can be further from the truth. Far from being a life sentence of disappointing food, cutting out gluten is a wonderful opportunity to explore new dishes made with grains and flour you may never have heard of before. Going gluten-free is also about recovery. When first diagnosed, you're likely to be suffering the effects of poor nutrient absorption, which could include fatigue, joint pain, and various conditions related to vitamin and mineral deficiencies. By simply cutting out gluten, your body will begin to recover, but it is also crucial to assess your diet to ensure it is properly balanced and that you're getting enough of the full range of nutrients. The most common reason to follow a gluten-free diet is to treat celiac disease. Often referred to as an allergy or intolerance, celiac disease is in fact an autoimmune disease that occurs when the body's immune system reacts abnormally to gluten and produces antibodies that attack its own tissues. Celiac disease affects 1 in 100 adults, and recent research shows an increase in the number of people diagnosed over the past decades. The symptoms of celiac disease can vary widely and may include abdominal pain, bloating, diarrhea, weight loss, fatigue, and nutritional deficiencies. Some individuals may experience non-gastrointestinal symptoms such as dermatitis, herpetiformis, a skin rash, joint pain, or neurological symptoms. If left untreated, celiac disease can lead to various complications, including malabsorption of nutrients, anemia, osteoporosis, and an increased risk of other autoimmune diseases. Adhering to a gluten-free diet can significantly reduce the risk of complications. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, rye, and barley, and in foods made from these grains, such as cakes, pastry, bread, and pasta. Gluten has qualities useful for cooking and baking, including elasticity, an ability to hold water, and a tendency to hold shape and harden in high heat. Other foods to avoid besides wheat, rye, and barley. Processed and packaged foods that may contain hidden gluten in the form of additives, thickeners, or flavorings. Beer, whiskey, and ale. Some sauces and condiments such as soy sauce, teriyaki sauce, and certain salad dressings. Processed meats like sausages and deli meats may contain gluten as fillers or binders. As you've just learned, gluten is a protein found in many everyday foods, and avoiding it can be challenging, especially for those with celiac disease. But it's crucial to remember that untreated celiac disease can lead to deficiencies in several essential nutrients, such as iron, calcium, magnesium, and zinc. Iron is necessary for the production of red blood cells, and a lack of it can lead to anemia. Gluten-free sources of iron include lean red meat, eggs, quinoa, dried fruits, lentils, chickpeas, baked beans, and dark green leafy vegetables. Calcium is essential for strong bones, particularly for growing children, teenagers, and young adults. You can get your gluten-free dose of calcium from yogurt, milk, cheese, canned fish eaten with their bones, almonds, sesame seeds, and tofu. Next up, we have magnesium. This nutrient helps maintain muscle and nerve function, a healthy immune system, and strong bones. You can get your gluten-free magnesium from nuts and seeds, beans and pulses, brown rice, and dark green leafy vegetables. Lastly, zinc is essential for growth, a healthy immune system, and wound healing. Your gluten-free sources for zinc include lean red meat, poultry, eggs, shellfish, beans, and nuts, especially Brazil nuts. Now that we know about the nutrient essentials in a gluten-free diet, let's delve into the wide array of naturally gluten-free foods that can help you maintain your health while satisfying your taste buds. Firstly, we have meat, poultry, and fish. All fresh meats, poultry, and even cured pure meats are naturally gluten-free. You can also enjoy plain cooked meats, smoked meats, and all fresh, dried, kippered, and smoked fish. Even fish canned in brine, oil, or water, and shellfish are safe for those avoiding gluten. Next, we have fruit, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and legumes. All fresh, frozen, canned, dried, and juiced pure fruits and vegetables are naturally gluten-free. You can also enjoy vegetables pickled in vinegar, as well as plain nuts and seeds. All pulses, such as peas, beans, and lentils, are great gluten-free options too. moving on to eggs, dairy and dairy alternatives. Eggs are a safe option for those avoiding gluten, along with most dairy products. It's always best to check labels though, as some processed dairy products may contain gluten. Lastly, let's discuss grains and starches. While many grains contain gluten, there are several that are naturally gluten-free. These include rice, quinoa, corn, potatoes, sweet potatoes, buckwheat, millet, amaranth, teff, sorghum, cassava and mustard. Just remember to look for grains, flours and starches labelled as gluten-free to be on the safe side. In our exploration of gluten-free foods, one area that deserves a bit more attention is grains. Not all grains contain gluten, and some offer a wealth of nutritional benefits. Let's dive deeper into some of these gluten-free grains and their uses. Starting with buckwheat. Despite its misleading name, buckwheat is completely unrelated to wheat and is indeed gluten-free. It comes from a plant that's more closely related to rhubarb. Buckwheat groats, which are kernels stripped of their inedible outer coating and crushed into smaller pieces, can serve as a tasty alternative to couscous once you toast them in oil to eliminate their slight bitterness. Next, we have rice. Rice offers a variety of gluten-free options like basmati, sticky, red, brown and risotto. Aside from being served plain, rice can be used in sweet and savoury dishes like pilaf, risotto and rice pudding. It can also be ground into flour or used to make noodles, pancakes, spring roll wrappers and rice cakes. Brown rice, a whole grain cereal, contains more vitamins, minerals and fibre than its refined white counterpart. Then there are oats. Compared to other cereals, oats have higher levels of protein and fat, along with essential B vitamins and minerals like calcium, magnesium, iron and zinc. They're rich in beta-glucan, a soluble fibre known to reduce high blood cholesterol levels. Whole oats can be added to meat or vegetable stews, and pre-cooked oats can be baked into coarse-grain bread doughs. Let's not forget amaranth. This seed, rather than a true grain, is protein-rich and provides calcium, iron, magnesium and fibre. It can be cooked as a cereal, ground into flour, popped like popcorn, sprouted or toasted. It's versatile for adding to stir-fries, soups, stews and as a thickening agent. Corn and corn-based products, including cornmeal and corn flour, are naturally gluten-free. Corn is widely used in various forms such as polenta, tortillas and corn chips. Now, on to quinoa. This high-protein seed, sacred to the Incas, is rich in phosphorus, calcium, iron, vitamin E, B vitamins and fibre. It can be used in salads, pilaf, stews, stuffing, breakfast cereals or ground into flour. Millet. A small, round, yellow grain millet is rich in protein, vitamins, minerals and fibre. It can be used in breakfast cereals, pilafs or ground into flour for Indian-style breads. Finally, sorghum, a versatile and hearty grain with a mild taste. It's high in fibre and antioxidants. Sorghum flour is often used in gluten-free baking, and the whole grains can be cooked and used in pilafs or salads. Kashar, made from roasted whole buckwheat groats, is a whole grain cereal. Toasting enhances its sweeter, nuttier flavour. In the last scene, we explored a variety of gluten-free grains. Now let's delve into the world of gluten-free flours, which can be derived from these grains and more. First up is almond flour. Made from finely ground almonds, almond flour is a popular gluten-free flour with a subtly sweet and nutty flavour. It's high in protein, healthy fats, and works well in a variety of baked goods like muffins, cakes and cookies. Coconut flour. Produced from the dried and defatted coconut meat, coconut flour is gluten-free and adds a unique flavour to dishes. It's high in fibre, protein and healthy fats, making it a nutritious option for baking, particularly in recipes that require moisture retention. Then we have oatmeal, which is produced by milling hulled whole oats. Always opt for gluten-free oatmeal to avoid contamination during the milling process. Tapioca flour, almost pure starch with low protein content, is neutral in flavour. It finds applications in making puddings, thickening soups or sauces, and can be combined with other gluten-free flours for baking. Chickpea flour, garbanzo bean flour. Made from ground chickpeas, chickpea flour has a distinct nutty flavour and is high in protein and fibre. It's commonly used in savoury dishes such as soca, a type of flatbread, or as a binder in recipes like veggie burgers. Buckwheat flour, higher in protein with a slightly sweet taste and speckled appearance, is versatile for making Japanese soba noodles, pancakes, blinis and pasta. Quinoa flour. It is derived from quinoa, a nutritious pseudo-grain. It has a mild, slightly nutty taste and is rich in protein. Quinoa flour works well in a variety of baked goods, providing a delicate crumb. Rice flour, made from ground rice grains, has a neutral taste and a fine texture. It comes in both white and brown varieties and is suitable for a wide range of recipes, including bread, noodles and desserts. Sorghum flour, ground from sorghum grains. Sorghum flour has a mild, slightly sweet flavor. It is versatile in gluten-free baking, providing a good texture and crumb structure in bread, muffins and pancakes. Corn flour, cornstarch. Corn flour in some regions refers to finely ground cornstarch, which is commonly used as a thickening agent in cooking and baking. It's neutral in flavor and imparts a silky texture to sauces and desserts. Potato flour, also called potato starch or farina, enhances moisture and provides a light texture to baked goods, serving as an excellent thickening agent. Cornmeal, made from finely ground corn kernels. It has a slightly sweet flavor and is commonly used in gluten-free baking for its texture and flavor. It's versatile and can be used in a variety of recipes, including bread, muffins and pancakes. Lastly, we have millet flour, made from millet grains, has a mild and slightly sweet flavor. It is often used in combination with other gluten-free flours for baking and is suitable for recipes like flatbreads and muffins. These are just a few examples of the wide array of gluten-free flours available, offering a rich palette of tastes, textures and nutritional values to explore and enjoy. Moving on from flours, let's now venture into the world of essential additives that enhance our gluten-free cooking and baking experiences. Firstly, we have gluten-free baking powder. This is a must-have for any gluten-free baker. It's activated during the baking process to produce carbon dioxide gas, which causes the dough to rise and creates a light, fluffy texture in cakes and pastries. Next, we have gluten-free bicarbonate of soda, also known as baking soda. It works similarly to baking powder but requires natural acids such as vinegar or lemon juice to activate it. This ingredient is perfect for recipes that already include acidic ingredients. Then there's yeast, a living microorganism that causes bread to rise. It's available both fresh and dried, and is a critical ingredient for making gluten-free breads that are soft and airy. Xanthan gum is another essential ingredient. It enhances the binding and elasticity of gluten-free doughs, making them easier to work with and ensuring that the finished product holds together well. Finally, we have arrowroot, a white starch that's excellent for binding ingredients together and thickening soups and sauces. It's a healthier alternative to cornstarch and is perfect for those who are not only gluten-free but also corn-free. These are just a few examples of the many useful additives that can take your gluten-free cooking and baking to the next level. By understanding how each one works, you can start to experiment with different combinations and create your own delicious gluten-free recipes. As we delve deeper into the world of gluten-free living, it's important to remember that receiving a diagnosis of celiac disease or gluten intolerance can feel overwhelming, and the journey ahead may seem daunting, but it's not the end of the world. Living with celiac disease requires adjustments, but it's also an opportunity to prioritize your well-being and discover a renewed sense of health. Embracing a gluten-free lifestyle may seem challenging at first, but with time, it becomes second nature. It's all about learning what works best for you and your body. It's about experimenting with the various gluten-free grains, flours, and additives we've discussed, and finding the combinations that help you create delicious meals that you love. Your journey with celiac disease is unique, but remember, you are not alone. There's a whole community of people out there who are on the same journey, and there's a wealth of resources available to you. From cookbooks and blogs to support groups and forums, there's a wealth of information out there to help you navigate this new lifestyle. So, don't let this diagnosis deter you. Instead, turn this into an empowering experience that leads to a healthier and happier you. We hope you found this journey into the world of gluten-free living informative and inspiring. Our aim is to bring light to the various health and wellness topics that can help you live your best life. If you found this content helpful, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and share it with others who might benefit from it. Remember, your health is your wealth.